Welcome to some more riding with Red on VFR. Well, I guess not really riding, but reviewing at this point. I want to continue review the gear that I changed in my bike. Now, I want you to I want to show you this windscreen right here. It's not stock. The brand is PUIG Racing Screens, it says also right there. Now, I believe this brand is a Spanish brand, made in Spain. However, there is some technical thingies over here. They're in German. It doesn't matter. Now, this is I'm not sure how it's called, but PUIG, if I'm not mistaken, has only one shape, and they differ in sizes. So this is the lowest or the smallest in size. Nevertheless, it's larger or longer than the stock windscreen by about an inch or maybe even more. Now, as you can see, if you can see, it is tinted. Probably something like 25% tint on that windscreen. I was looking for 50, but they didn't have that in stock, so I chose 25. I didn't go with 100% tint or a clear one because I just don't like them. They do have 4 types of tints, as I said. So they have, what is going on? So they have white, so the clear one. This, they have like 50, 60-ish% tint and 100. So that's quite a bit of a choice for you. But that's a good move because people like different things. Also, as I said, it is different in sizes. So the longest one, if I'm not mistaken, is actually taller and longer by probably like, I'm not sure, well, maybe by 10 inches. It's these are large windscreens right there, but they would work for sure. Why did I say that? Doesn't this screen work? Well, I'll start, I guess, explaining that from that stand, or I guess that view. So I watched, before about the bike, I watched someone doing a review with this particular bike, and that person was saying that the windscreen works absolutely fine, the stock one. Well, to me, or for me, it didn't work fine. The wind was blowing right into my shoulders and above, so I'm not sure how tall that person is, or was he laying down on a tank? Of course, when you do lay down on a tank, you feel nothing, and it's quiet, but for me it didn't work. Now, this windscreen works ever so slightly better, just because it sits taller by 1 inch or so. I do feel the wind just a tiny bit on shoulders, and of course above. Works a little bit better. So if you really want to get rid of the wind, feel and sound, those whistling sounds in your helmet, you have to go with the biggest one. Just like those Goldwings, they have the biggest windshields and they do work. But of course they look, well, to me they look just funny. Just so much plastic in front of you. But of course it will deflect wind for you, bugs and stones and sand and everything else, whatever you can imagine. Now, installation wise, I saw 2 people installing it. It took them like half an hour or so. I did install it for about as fast as probably like 20 minutes in a fairly dark garage. Now, to do that, you have to remove, or not remove, well, I guess remove. There are two screws, one over here, one over here. Spread those 2 plastic pieces apart, and you'll see 2 more Allen key screws over there on both sides. So this is how you remove the stock one and put on the aftermarket one if you decide to change it. But make sure you don't damage those plastics because they are very soft and they will leave marks. I did tiny bit damage it, but you know, it's not as bad. It's all right. I'll live with it. Now, why I chose this particular windscreen is because of the shape. It works for VFR beautifully. You know, it resembles actually the shape of the bike. So it's not as flat as a stock one, but it is thinner than a stock one. So make sure, you know, if you hit a stone, that'll crack sooner. I do keep my stock one. I will not sell it just because, you know, spare parts are spare parts. And if you have a spare part, that's better than not having a spare part. Otherwise, you just have to buy it and, well, first find it. But I do like this windscreen. I do like the tint. You know, that 25-30% tint, whatever that is. I'm not gauging or measuring it by any means, but I do like it. Yes, absolutely do like it. I'm not planning to change anything on my bike. These are the two parts that I was going to change. Well, the exhaust and yes, the Kaufman beautiful exhaust. I do like it. I do like the sound too, and of course the looks. I wanted to change the exhaust, I wanted to change the windscreen, and I wanted to add a bag. So if I do have a passenger, we'll be all set. Well, I'm all set with that exhaust and a few other tiny bits that I've added to the bike, but that will be it. I will not need to add anything to my bike at all. I mean, that's it. That's the as perfect bike as it can get. But thank you for watching. That was a review of PUIG 25-30% tint, lowest or the shortest version of their PUIG windscreens. I hope you guys have a wonderful day and safe rides, safe roads. We'll see you in the next one. Take it easy and goodbye.